Good morning, everybody, and this is your S&P 500 day trade setups for today. So, do we have a trend line break, or are we top of range? So, if we draw the range in, we can just use the block here. But that's pretty much what the range is at the moment. So, top of range or trend line break. Those are the two thoughts that we should be processing at the moment, I suppose. So firstly, if we just get rid of this, we are testing, or we have tested the 155 EMA on the 8 hour. Oscillators are grouping to the upside, which is indicating we should be getting a pullback, which kind of makes sense. You'd want to see something like that. Sort of back to 4334, could also be a little bit deeper as well. But at the moment, this weekly bar is above the high of last week, which is here. Let's just get that exact. So 4337 is the high of last week. So we are above it. We did test it with 1 8-hour bar yesterday. It makes sense that that level gets tested again. But ultimately, if we're looking for a potential trend reversal on the 8 hour, we're going to need to get above this area here of 44 4400. So 4404, if you get above, find some support there, then that does start triggering some thoughts for a move to the upside. So if we get down to the 3 hour, I see it a little bit clearer. You can see trend line, and we battled, and then we've got a 3 hour break through the trend line. So I'm just going to add one more level here because and let's just drop it onto those. So there would be a half decent retest. So 4373 would be kind of some form of a retest, but I would prefer something deeper, something down into the 4337 area, and possibly even a little bit lower. Something like that would test the 155, and that would be around 4300. So let's just get down to the hour. That's what we need to be paying attention to today. So it's been one-way traffic for pretty much the last 3 days. We were sort of hovering here, and then at the US Open we got going, but quite a big sell-off just going into the close. You can see just straight off this level we did get an exhaustion bar through it, and then we sold off. So I suspect these are the areas we need to pay attention to that I've given you. If we can get back onto those areas and find some support, then I would expect another leg up. Watch the oscillators at the moment. Watch this weekly high. This weekly high here. And you can see how it was tested yesterday extensively. 3 bars, sort of 3 1-hour bars tested that level before bouncing off it. And if we just get down to the 15 minutes, because again, that's what you're going to be wanting to trade. And you can see these 2 bars here did offer some kind of support, but it basically fell and was looking for that weekly level. Those weekly levels are pretty important once you break through them, and we did find some support here. Inside bar, and then you had a bit of chaos, and then an engulfing bar here, and then a retest of the engulfing bar right here. So going into the open, you had an opportunity here for a long, fairly decent long, at least until there. But I mean, you got the exhaustion bar through there, 200 points, so that opened up the next level for you at 500 odd points, and your stop was just over 100 points. So moral of the story for today is the same thing. Buy the dips, look for 4373, watch this trend line, could be around 4365, 66. Each one of these tails inside you are going to offer resistance as well, so pay attention to every one of them. And if it is a pullback all the way back to the weekly, the previous week's high at 4337, then that may also materialize. Just pay attention to your oscillators, because they are going to indicate setups for you. This does look like a flag to me as well, so nice move up flag, which basically means on a break of that flag as well, you have another 760 points to the upside. So yeah, lots going on at the moment. 1 hour we have a potential trend reversal. 3 hour it is brewing. Just don't like the oscillators at the moment. But when we get higher up on the 8 hour, we are basically testing the 155 EMA, and you can see what happened the last time we tested it and rejected it. It was a pretty big sell-off. So keep that in the back of your mind. And then the last thing to keep in your mind is the weekly. Remember, we spoke about the weekly flag, and that is at the moment looking pretty solid. So this is looking like a fairly decent sort of gap up engulfing type bar. It's taken out 3 weeks of losses basically, and we're just hovering here at the top. So everything to play for today. Let's just see what actually transpires. On the weekly, we're looking for a proper break of this trend line and a proper retest of it to validate the flag, and that's going to be plain sailing again to start targeting 5,000 and above. So anyway, that's in the future. Right now, you're looking for pullbacks, and you're looking to buy those pullbacks, and most logical area at the moment is 43.73, and then between 43.73 and 43.60 or 64, will depend when this happens. Could be 60 as well. Yeah, between 43.60. That's what you're looking to buy into. Anyway, hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you later. Cheers for now.